folks! It is that time of the month again, and that means that today's video is going to be
an anti-haul.
It is going to be my 49th anti-haul. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know what I should do for next month. I don't know. Maybe like a retrospect. I don't fucking know. But if you are new to my channel, anti-hauls were a series of videos originally popularized by Kimberly Clark here on YouTube, and I will leave a link to Kimberly's channel below so you can go check her out. She's a drag queen, activist, creator, performer, you know, so many things. Triple threat. You know what anti-hauls are. They're talking about what I don't need and why I don't need them. Shifty marketing tactics and gimmicks and stuff, and just things that make me go,
I don't know about that one.
And before we actually get started, if you would like to follow me, please subscribe. That'd be super cool. Subscribe, give this video a like if you like it. So let's just jump right into it. More celebrities coming out with skincare brands that nobody asked for. Scarlett Johansson has a skincare brand coming out called The Outset. Why though? Why? Why do we, who really asked for this? And when I found this on Trendmood, the quote from ScarJo is very pretentious.
I've been the face of several luxury brands throughout my career, and all of those experiences were really wonderful. But how do I put this? I guess I always felt like I was sort of playing a character in those campaigns, and as I evolved, I wanted to create and represent a brand that was true to me.
Did you though, or did you just want more money because Disney fucking cheaped you out on so much money on the Black Widow movie? That's the one thing that I'm like on ScarJo's side. When it's like Disney versus Scarlett Johansson, I'm always gonna be on the side of the performer that got like fucked by the big corporation. But this, why? Why? The Outset, what does that mean? It's also very like vague about like what it's really going to be. There's like, it looks like maybe an eye cream, maybe a toner or something, a cleanser. The packaging also looks super, very basic and lazy. Nothing that's like revolutionary, nothing that's super inspiring, not anything that would look really pretty on a shelf that I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna grab this today. I feel like so many of these celebrity brands that people are coming out with these days have like the same few first starter products, and it's just so not inspiring. And it's automatically in Sephora. Yet again, Sephora, stop it. Please, stop putting every celebrity-owned brand automatically in Sephora when there's like actual brands that put in a ton of work that like, I don't know, work their way from the ground up. It's one of the, they were given a leg up because she's a celebrity, and it frustrates me. I feel like eventually there's gonna be so much space taken up by celebrity brands inside Sephora that you're gonna have to get so much more stuff just online than at the store. Like, there's so many of them, and they're all very boring. I don't know. I don't need this. The one celebrity-owned brand that has come out recently that I'm not so angry with, I still don't need it, but I'm not annoyed by it. The Gwen Stefani collection that she just came out with, which I wasn't even sure what it was called because the way that the title is like stylized, it's GXVE. I don't understand where that came from. It's called Give Beauty. Slightly confused where the name came from and where the stylizing came from. The actual products themselves do actually look kind of pretty, like the design of the packaging. It doesn't completely give me House Labs. The products give me a little bit of House Labs vibes, but the packaging actually kind of reads more Gwen Stefani, so it actually makes sense. The lipstick packaging is actually quite cute. I do like that. I'm also a big fan of that type of font. I am a sucker for a big, chunky, like, gothic font, so that's a plus in my book. But looking at all the products, while they make sense for Gwen Stefani having something that's like red lip and neutral eyes as like the initial products, it makes sense, but it's also something that I am not going to wear and I do not need. So if it's something that really speaks to you, I'm sure you already have it though, that's the thing. Yeah, neither one of these are that inspiring. At least the Gwen one looks like that she was involved in the making of the products. It actually makes sense for her aesthetic, but I don't need it. Next, more skincare. This is something that Glossier, that when I saw it, I was like, oh, actually, I kind of want this, but I'm going to talk myself out of it. It is the Glossier After Balm Recovery Moisture Barrier Recovery Cream, $28. And it apparently is great for very dry and or sensitive skin, especially after exposure to cold weather, harsh sun, mask wearing, acne treatments. So like it's a heavy moisturizer that you would use after your skin has had some sort of like physical trauma in a way, which is definitely needed. Like I feel like that's something that like any brand could have and it would make sense because of all of the there's so many products that like traumatize your skin, whether it's through physical exfoliation or like heavy acids. So having something that you can use to calm your skin down and to moisturize it afterwards makes total sense. But I've not been super impressed by any of the Glossier skincare products I've ever tried, so I don't know if I would really like this either way because I haven't been wowed by any of their skincare up until now. I like their makeup. Like their makeup that I've tried, I like just fine. But if I don't already trust Glossier for their skincare products, I am not going to also trust my face with a recovery balm from them either. Something about skincare, especially because my skin is so sensitive and because like my hands right now, like I crack and bleed in the wintertime. I need something that is going to be such a barrier, I'm so dry all the time, especially during the wintertime, which is right now. If I'm gonna have something that's gonna be for like traumatized skin, cracked skin, irritated skin, I am going to go to a brand that has solely been known for skincare that I have used for a long time. Like I'm not going to trust Glossier with my irritated skin because I got eczema. I got dry ass skin. It gets so angry so easily that I have been using Aquaphor on my cracked skin. That is how angry my skin gets, that I have to use the most basic of the basic. That this is not going to put my angry skin in Glossier's hands. So I don't need it. Next, another thing that I need to talk myself out of, at least buying all of them. Danessa Myricks has a new Infinite Chrome Flakes, like, gel. These are like multi-chrome flakies in a gel that you can put on your eyes and your face. I want all of them. They are so goddamn pretty. Looking at all the images and the market, like the branding stuff, they're so pretty. But I don't need all of them. Like, I know if I went and looked at them and I bought all I would not use them. They would dry out. I would not use them all. So if I need to find one that I like the best and buy it, but not all of them. They're so pretty though. Holy shit, they're so pretty.
Oh.
The idea of like flake, that just it just sounds so pretty and so fun and like flaky holographic. I want it. They're so pretty. There's 12 shades. I do not need 12. I need to find one that I like and then buy, but not all of them. Because I know as well as y'all, I do not use glittery gels that often to warrant buying that many of them. Even though they're pretty and even though I want them and even though they're probably amazing, but I don't need them. One product that is stupid as fuck, Supreme and Chapstick collaborated. Why, like, first of all, it's the cherry flavored chapstick, which is kind of gross. Like this is the chapstick that we would have at the bottom of the junk drawer that would be the last resort chapstick in our house. We never used chapstick otherwise. My dad would have them sometimes in his work bag and they would like fall out and they would just be like on the counter somewhere. But I never bought chapstick. I maybe bought chapstick like once in my life. I was always a Blistex kid. Like if we were gonna buy cheap chapstick from the store, it was gonna be Blistex, because there's this one particular Blistex that comes in like a little like pink tub. It's like the ultra moisturizing thing. My mom has been using the same damn Blistex as long as I've been alive. So this is shitty chapstick, first of all. Like this is garbage lip balm. Like this is the worst lip balm that you can buy. So their way of making people buy it is by making supreme idiots go out and spend way too much money and stand in line at the drugstore. I don't know, like, what? Supreme and chapstick. Like, I hate the whole Supreme thing. I think it's dumb as fuck. I think it's just dumb. It's dumb. I think when brands collaborate with Supreme, it's usually the laziest shit in the world. And then people just eat it up and then they resell it for too much money on eBay. So I don't know, maybe we'll be seeing like $100 fucking chapstick on eBay coming up. Literally why? It's so stupid. It's the most hyper-capitalist garbage on the worst chapstick, the worst lip balm. At least if Supreme is going to collaborate with a lip balm company, at least make it good lip balm. This is the kind of lip balm that makes your lips addicted to it, to where you have to apply it so often because it's so bad and it doesn't last long enough on your lips, where you're just like spreading wax on your lips all day. Next, this is something that I actually saw on Twitter, I think. My friend Mia from Mia's Virtual Vanity shared it on Instagram, and she called it like the forbidden, like... forbidden creamsicle, as in like I want to eat it, but I shouldn't eat it. Givenchy came out with a lip balm, a liquid lip balm with skincare ingredients, apparently, and apparently it's marbled, which I don't know if that is the packaging by itself. If it's not, that marbling is going to go away very quickly, because no matter how delicate you can be with that wand, it is going to go away. So it's pretty, it's very pretty, but they actually look, ooh yeah, that doesn't even look like the type of formula I like. It looks too milky, personally. When there's that much white in a base, in a lip gloss base, I like a lip gloss that's like very translucent with like just pigments and or sparkle without any sort of that like full coverage milky base, because it always ends up like bleeding into my lip lines. And if I want to have a more intense color, I'll just put a lipstick underneath. And the only reason I thought that I liked this was because of the packaging, and the packaging would go away. Like the marbly, swirly, forbidden creamsicle would go away in like several uses, I feel like. So it's also very expensive, so I would have no need for a Givenchy lip gloss that would just not look pretty after several uses. Don't need that. Do not need that. Next, I wasn't done talking about the celebrities with skincare that we didn't ask for, because Mr.
Jedediah Sasquatch
has come up with a skincare line. There's an eye cream and a moisturizer. Okay. All right. We all know that these celebrities that make skincare brands don't use their own skincare. Can we just remember that? Like, there's no way that Kylie uses her own skincare, and Rihanna uses her own skincare, and Kim Kardashian is going to use the skincare that she is releasing that has very little information. Scarlett Johansson is not going to use that. Addison Rae is not using Item Beauty. Like, so many of these fucking celebrity skincare brands, they don't use it themselves. They use like expensive ass, like La Mer, like really expensive stuff that they can use because they're rich. I don't need this. Obviously I don't need this because I hate him, but I felt the need to address that, is that there's also more people coming out with skincare. We have 2 Kardashians with skincare. Well, I guess it's a Jenner and a Kardashian, but I don't know. So not anything I want or that I need, because it's not good. Next is the Makeup Revolution and Lion King collaboration that came with a leopard print outer packaging. Were there even leopards in the Lion King? I don't remember. I don't remember there being leopards in the first or second Lion King, and those were the only 2 that I saw. This is so mediocre and ugly. Makeup Revolution, all of their Disney collaborations are not good. Like, they're always just kind of really tacky and gaudy looking. I'm not a fan of this. But also, just the fact that they made it leopard print bothers the hell out of me. It's like the person who designed the packaging has never seen The Lion King. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like the people who are actually in charge of designing the packaging never saw The Lion King and just assumed that there was a leopard in there, and they didn't want to make it look like a lion because lions don't have like shape, like patterns on them, but they wanted to put a pattern on it.
What?
Huh? Also, side note, Makeup Revolution, the company that owns Makeup Revolution, bought BH Cosmetics after BH filed for bankruptcy, so we shall see what becomes of BH soon. Hopefully the formulas do not get worse. And another Disney collab that got it slightly better, but still not quite right, that I actually redesigned in a video recently. If you want to watch that, that would be super cool. The Star Wars and ColourPop. I don't know how many Star Wars palettes they've had at this point, but this was the Darth Vader one. And I will say, it's not the worst color story in the world. It actually like, I would wear this. Like, I would wear this palette. Like, this is not, it's not ugly. I will say all of the marketing images are vastly different, that, like, you don't know exactly what color, like, some of the colors are, because in some photos, Sith Lord looks brown, in some photos they look dark red, like, you can't really tell exactly what colors things are. So it's not the worst color story. I'm not buying it because I don't need it personally. Like, I have all of these colors several times over, and I know I have a shimmery red that is better than this, so I don't need this from ColourPop. The thing that bothers me about it is that there's not, it doesn't actually look like a Darth Vader palette. The neutrals, the earth tones kind of read Star Wars, but there's not, it doesn't read Darth Vader enough. And I'm not even a huge Star Wars, like, mega fan. Like, I like Star Wars, but I'm yeah, it just feels so lazy. Feel so lazy. It's not an awful color story, so if the color story speaks to you, but it just pisses me off that they didn't actually make something that looked like Darth Vader. Like, how do you not have a black color, like a matte black in a Darth Vader palette? If you want to see my version of it, seriously, check the card. It's up there. A palette that I actually have very mixed feelings about, because the palette itself looks gorgeous. It is the new Hindosh Monochromance, which is actually a really cool name. I kind of like that. Like monochromatic, but romance, like monochromance. Oh, that's kind of cool. The name's actually really sick. And the colors actually really go together. It feels like a very pretty, like, spring palette. Like, it actually, like, the color, the palette itself, gorgeous. I think it's really pretty. Any people who have seen doing looks of it, it really works well. Teresa is Dead actually did a whole video about it. They're all matte, so if you are really into matte and these shades speak to you, I definitely, like, it's quite expensive. I will say it's pretty expensive, but because of the ombre thing, the nature of the actual pans, you actually get a lot of shades, like, variation. This is actually quite pretty. I'm not gonna lie. But what really bothered me is the way that they did their swatches. This is just kind of a pet peeve. I'm not gonna buy this because it's a little more expensive than I want to, and I'm trying to, like, actually pare down some of my palettes that I have. So I'm not really wanting to bring any more palettes into my collection at this moment. But something that I've seen, actually a lot of brands do, I guess this is kind of like speaking to a larger issue, is photoshopping swatches. And I intended on making a video talking about, like, the most Photoshop, like, marketing images I've seen, but I remember it was like, it got buried in, like, a bunch of saves, and I lost a bunch of the actual, like, images that I had saved. So I do want to do that at one point, because the swatches on this are so misleading and so confusing to look at, because they actually showed how they do the swatches, which is, like, they tape it off, right? Tape off the arm and then pack on color in the ombre layout. Like, they pack it on to make it look exactly like the pans in the palette, which is an interesting idea, but it's not really truthful. And actually in the images, there is no way that looking like the actual images on here have not been, like, copy pasted and photoshopped, because I don't believe that there's no kind of, like, texture variation and, like, roundness that is somehow being shown in this, because they look far too flat. Nobody's arms are, like, completely flat, and these swatches look so flat. Anytime a brand is photoshopping swatches, especially photoshopping swatches on different arm shades, and if the swatches look identical or virtually identical on the arms, that's not how it's going to look on everybody's eyes. That's not how it's going to look on everybody's face. So when you're packing on the pigment so much to where it's so full coverage, where you see none of the pigment underneath, that bothers me. I don't know if it's just me, because I saw a bunch of the comments on the post, people like, why are those things photoshopped? And then there was, like, one person in the comments that kept being like, go look at Hindosh's stories, they were live swatched. And I don't know why there's so many people who feel the need to go and defend brand owners and brands in comments on Instagram. Instagram is, like, so toxic for that shit, because you get people who develop these weird attachments to brands and, like, parasocial attachments to brands, to where anytime somebody says anything slightly negative about a post, you get people, like, jumping down their throats in the comments, when it's like, why are you even doing that? Like, what is your problem? Like, please stop. Like, brands do not care about you, so do not go to bat for them the same way that you would for, like, a friend, because they literally don't care. So that was just a tangent that I saw on Instagram specifically, that I was like, this feels weird to me that these swatches are so photoshopped and so misleading for what it actually looks like on the face. Like I said, the actual palette looks pretty and the colors look pretty. So I don't know why they did that, because they could have just done it in a way that was really like transparent and truthful and still would have been pretty, you know, because everything I've seen about it has been really good. Like the products actually look really nice and the colors look nice and the color story makes sense. So they could have just done it in a way that was completely just like upfront and honest. Yeah, that was I had a bone to pick with that one. I was like, really? Really? No. Another piece of skincare that I saw recently, not as recently, but I've been digging back into skincare stuff that I haven't seen or I haven't tried. And I've never tried anything from Supergoop before. They released a face oil, the Daily Dose Hydroceramide Boost oil that has SPF in it. And I get that Supergoop is like their main thing is sunscreen, but there's some things you just don't need to put sunscreen in, and face oils is one of those things. More often than not, you're going to be using face oils in your sleep. Like you're using it at nighttime when you're going to bed. No matter what anybody fucking tells me, there is literally no reason to put sunscreen on your face when you are going to sleep unless you are sleeping out under the sun. I don't know. Does that feel weird? That feels weird to me, like having a face oil with SPF, because you don't need every product to have sunscreen in it. Wear a moisturizer with sunscreen or a separate sunscreen. But do your skincare separately, like your serums, your cleansers, your toners, your face mist or whatever. You do your skincare and have sunscreen be like a different thing, because there's no way also that you're going to use the amount of face oil in here to get that full sun protection. And you're not going to reapply face oil throughout the day. Like, at least if you're gonna have an oily base type thing, maybe have like a liquid and an oil like spray. That's something that I can see there being sunscreen in that has an oil in it. So this just feels like super unnecessary and confusing, because I know I'm not using facial oils during the day and I have very dry skin. This is a no for me, dog. Anyway, that was everything I wanted to talk about in today's anti-haul. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on any of these products. Like I always say, these are my own personal opinions. If you like them, if you have them, if you want to go buy them, go right ahead. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just telling you what I'm doing with my money. And if you needed somebody to talk you out of a product, then maybe I can help you out there. So yeah, go let me know in the comments. And if you want to check out any of my previous anti-hauls, there will also be a playlist linked in a card as well as down in the description. For today's song of the day, let's see, there's a brand new Districts record that just came out, and let me find it. Today's song of the day is Outlaw Love from the Districts. It is off their brand new record that literally just came out like 3 days ago. Great American Painting. I love that band, and it is very weird to me to think that their last record came out at the very beginning of the pandemic and they already have a new one. I know, it's weird. Like, it came out at the end of 2019, like the very end of 2019, the very beginning of 2020, and they have a new one out now. And it's only 2 years later, and it's been 2 years. Like, it's so weird to me to think about. Like, when they started releasing new songs and like teasing a new record, I'm like, wait, didn't you just come out with the old one? It's like, no, it's been 2 years. I'm like, fuck. We've been doing this for 2 years. Oh my god. So thanks for watching, everyone. I know a lot of places are lifting mask mandates right now, which is, I have feelings about. But if I start on them, I will not stop for a decent amount of time, because I feel like it's too early, personally. I feel like we need to be catering to the worst of the country, unfortunately, because the last time we did this, it got worse. So I hope you are holding it together. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying sane. Seriously, staying hydrated, well rested. If you would like to follow me on any of my other social media accounts, my Instagram and my Twitter are both Abers07, and my Twitch is Abers without the 07, so you can follow me there. I play The Sims. It's a fun time. So if you want to follow me elsewhere, those are those accounts. Have a good week, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!